I'm from Dallas, Texas. I grew up with a bunch of different interests, which Texas is a great place for that. The arts are very well funded and everyone participates in them. So I was in choirs, I played football, I did musical theater and pop shows and talent shows and all of that. And it was a great place to sort of explore a bunch of different potential passions. I think my favorite role I've ever performed, it's a tie between Don Giovanni and Beaumarchais in The Ghost of Versailles. Don Giovanni is super fun because you just get to be bad. Beaumarchais is wonderful because it is written in a style that gives the singer way more freedom than you ever get in our art form, to really bend the music to your own expression and play with colors and find something new every performance in a much bigger way than usual. And it really pushed me to develop as an artist and to find my own voice within a role that was already written. When I'm not singing, I love to go fishing, go hiking, play and watch football. I'm a big fantasy football player, and I played actual football for a really long time. I really love football season. And then I love food. I love eating food. I love trying new places, exotic foods I've never had before. And this pandemic's given me an awesome opportunity to really start exploring my own cooking at home with my wife. My guilty musical pleasure is, I'm not really guilty about it, but I love ABBA. And I could sing along and dance to ABBA on my own all day.
Когда бы жизнь домашним кругом я ограничиться хотел, когда мне быть отцом-супругом приятный жребий повелел, то верно кроме вас одной невесты не искал иной. Но я не создан для блаженства, ему чужда душа моя. Напрасны ваши совершенства, их недостоин вовсе я. Поверьте, совестом порукой, супружество нам будет мукой. Я сколько не любил бы вас, привыкнув раз люблю тотчас. Судите ж вы, какие розы нам заготовить именей. И может быть намного дней. Мечтами годом нет возврата, ах, нет возврата, не обновью души моей. Я вас люблю любовью брата, и, может быть, еще сильней. Il может быть, еще нежней. Послушайте ж меня без гнева, сменить не раз молодая дева. Мечтами легкие, мечты.
My name is Marlen, and I'm a soprano from Houston, Texas. I got into music at first by joining the church choir with my parents from when I was about 3 years old. I can't say that I actually read music or sang along with the choir, but I definitely sang with everyone at the top of my lungs. In Texas, where I'm from, music education is really important, so we had choir every grade until high school. And I thought that I was going to go to college and become the next Patti LuPone, but life had other plans, and now I'm an opera singer. The first opera I ever saw was La Boheme at the Houston Grand Opera, and I remember being in second grade, and the most impactful moment of the performance was when Musetta came out on stage, and she was just in a huge feather boa, and everyone was just bowing to her like she was the prima donna, and I had a feeling that that's what I wanted to do. When I'm not singing, I love to try something new. Whether it's baking bread or my new favorite hobby, which is painting. I just like to dip my toe into something that I've never tried before. Whether it comes out good or bad, it's just something to pour my energy into. My favorite show to watch during the pandemic was RuPaul's Drag Race, in part because it reminds me of what we like to do, put on costumes and dance around a stage. My dream role is the role of Floria Tosca in Puccini's Tosca. And not only is the music beautiful, but I've always been very enticed by the strength that she shows throughout the entire opera and this independence in fighting for love and for her real love. I had the privilege of sitting down and talking to Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg about the character, and she also was a huge fan of Tosca. And if that's not good enough reason, you get to jump off of a high platform at the end. So, and I'm an adventure junkie, so that's another reason.
Hi everyone, my name is Matthew Pierce. I'm in my second year here. I'm from a small town in Kentucky called Union, Kentucky, just south of Cincinnati, Ohio. I got into opera basically by chance. I was a musician all my life, was playing tuba and was playing drum set in a jazz band. Ended up applying for this thing called the Governor's School for the Arts coming out of high school, which was a summer program, and I auditioned on tuba and on voice, and didn't get in on tuba, which I wanted to get in on, and got in on voice. Was going to use money that they offer in scholarships to go to engineering school, but when I was there, they said, hey, you should be an opera singer. And here I am, not 10 years later. One of my favorite roles that I've been able to perform was Don José in Carmen. I've gotten to perform Don José in Carmen and in La Tragédie de Carmen, which is a reduced version of it. It's a really fun role to play because I don't have to be I get to be a lovey-dovey tenor, but also get to be an angry, psychotic person that gets to murder, which it's not very often that a tenor gets to explore those acting choices. And so it's a whole lot of fun to perform. My favorite thing to do when I'm not singing, the young artists here like to call me Grandpa Pierce, partially because I like to participate in activities that are generally reserved for older people, mostly my bowling. Since COVID hit, starting in July, I really picked up bowling. I go bowling maybe 5 or 6 times a week, and it's usually just me and the retirees. It's a whole lot of fun. I've gotten really good at it, actually. I got my first sanctioned 300 game, which is a perfect game. I got that in December. I would show you the ring that I got, but they're sending me a very fancy ring that says 300 on it, so I'm really excited about that. My guilty musical pleasure. So when I was in high school, I ended up finding a barbershop course, as in barbershop quartet singing, and got super into it, ended up making a quartet, and my quartet ended up competing in the international competitions in Toronto. That was back in 2017, I think. And barbershop has been a part of my life ever since then. I just really love getting a group of people together and teaching them a tag, teaching them a song, and letting them hear how these cool harmonies that are very Americana have come around, and it's just a really cool opportunity to get together with people and to sing.
Quel trouble connu me pénètre. Je sens l'amour s'emparer de mon être. Oh, Marguerite, à tes pieds me voici. Salut, demeure chaste et pure. Salut, demeure chaste et pure. Où se devine la présence d'une âme innocente et divine. Que de richesse en cette pauvreté, oh, serait dit que si belle, c'est là que cet enfant dormi sous ton aile, a grandi sous tes yeux. Là que de ton haleine enveloppant son âme, tu fis avec amour épanouir la femme, ô cet ange des cieux. C'est là, oui, c'est là. Salut, demeure chaste et pure. Salut, demeure chaste et pure, où se devine la présence d'une âme innocente et divine. Salut, salut, demeure chaste et pure.